module examples now. So we have learned about how we can use module spider or available and module load. And we have learned about tool chains. So, and we have also learned how to load Python, for instance. We will continue a bit with Python because what we will look at now is to look at Python packages and also R packages and also some other specific tools and about licensed tools like that. So in the beginning here, I can make this a little bit larger, like that. So we know about this, so I will just go further. We have learned that the prerequisites is, well, they are needed sometimes. So then this module spider is very good too. So what will we look at are the packages and how to make them available for your scripts and interactive analysis. Also look at MATLAB and other popular tools. And you will try out yourself in the exercise to try to understand how to load your favorite tools and also maybe see if it is installed at all. So I will try to be brief here so that you have time for the exercise then. But a short introduction. We know that R and Python usually deals with packages, so you import them. And this could be a bit different in how we do it in the different clusters. So sometimes they are built in, for instance, the Python module or R module, or you have to load the so-called bundles. So in many clusters, for instance, NumPy and SciPy and Pandas, they are not included in the ordinary Python module, but you have to load, for instance, this SciPy bundle. So here you can look how it will work on your cluster. This you can read yourself, and you will also see in the exercise how to do things. So I will just skip this for now, but if you want to go back, you can always look what is here. So the bundles I mentioned, the bundle names may reflect the content. So for instance, there are bundles called matplotlib, which contains exactly what it says. But then we have some others that contains very many things. And the bundle names could look like this, that you have this versioning. So you have the year, month, and then GBF, for instance, or GCC core. So these are tool chains that we just saw in the last session. And this is the tool chain for 2024A, which could, yeah, this is related to, oh, okay, to the FOSS tool chains like this. So 2025B is the latest, and here you can see different versions of GCC, for instance, and OpenMPI. But what we are interested in is for the Python. So then we can see that for the FOSS 2025B, this will contain Python version 3.13.5 and be based on GCC version 14.3, and the bundle versions are typically called 2025.07. like this, for instance. Here we have 2024-05, so this is probably related to this FOSS 2024A. So with this, if you want to load several bundles, you should try to find out those that ends with the same toolchain name, 2024A, or this one. Because then you know that they are compatible with each other. So you have a specific version of the Python itself, but also specific versions of all the packages, which will be compatible with everything. And you may have known, you who are working with Python, that sometimes things don't work, basically, because of some Python packages need a certain version of another package. So it could be what you call a dependency hell. But using these tool chains, get rid of this. So everything should work together. It's well tested. So this is a good thing. Some well-known bundles, you can look here in different areas, HPC or scientific tools, bio, info, interactivity like Jupyter Lab, graphics, machine learning, and so on and so forth. On UPPMAX, we have made a special page for bundles where we have, for at least the Pelle cluster, gathered some information. So for instance, we can look at Jupyter or Matplotlib, for instance. One can see here that we have those versions, and these are dependent on this version of Python 3.12.3, this one. It also loads the Python bundle and also the SciPy bundle. So that means if you load this module, you also get other modules containing different packages. Yes. So for instance, this Python bundle PyPI, you have very many different packages that are included. Yes. So the principles here, that is, first you have to decide what you need. One thing is to think about reproducibility. If you're starting a new project, I would probably choose the newest toolchain. Or you go for a version you have used before for reproducibility. Maybe you have worked on your own computer and you have programs that are working. Then you just want to port it to the cluster. And then you should try to use the same versions of everything so that everything is compatible. Sometimes, if the versions that you need are not installed, you can instead work in isolated environments like Conda or virtual environment from pip. But more about this in other courses we have. I will give some links about this later on. So that is the first step. Then you load one or several bundles, but you have to check the versions first with the spider. That's good. Because you can do module spider pandas, for instance. And by that, you will find out that, okay, pandas is included in this module, SciPy bundle. So that's a way to find out where your specific package is. But for Matplotlib, this is the name. This is also the name of the package, the Python package. Then you load prerequisites. and then load the bundle or the module. And this will typically also load the compatible Python version on the fly. And then you start Python in a session like this. And you load with the import inside the Python shell. If you're using Bianca, it's a little bit different. But there are information in the exercise if you want to test this. Yes, and if you're missing a package, you can always talk to the support, and they may install it. Or you can install yourself. And we have courses about this. Python IDEs, that is if you don't want to just use the console. We have courses about using Jupyter, Spider, Visual Studio Code in our different courses. Yeah. And for R, it's a bit different. It's a bit similar. There you also have R libraries or R packages. And these can be found also in bundles or installed in the R module, so to speak. Yeah, same principles, check versions, load prerequisites, and then start R with the console, like this. And here we have about, there are basically two bundles, one very big from the cron repository. It contains more than 10,000 different packages. And for bioinformatics, we have a bioconductor. Yes. And here we have cluster-specific approaches that you can look at when you have time. And we also have a course about these. Yes, so this is how to load and run. And also here, missing a package, contact us. RStudio is also an IDE. So we have this included in one of our courses. One thing that we can mention now is that on Alvis and Dardel, RStudio can only be reached from the on-demand. So you can't run it from or start it from the terminal, basically. Then we have other popular tools. So many of them can be found in every cluster, but some clusters are more niched and may lack some of these common tools. We have seen already in the share document that Alvis, they focus on AI and GPUs, so many tools are not installed there. Also for Bianca, which is for sensitive data, we typically don't have chemistry and physics tools like GROMACS and VASP and those. These are not installed there because it is not needed for that type of users we have on those clusters. But if you have a need, ask support again. And when starting a tool, remember that starting the tool itself may not be the same as the module name. So for instance, if you load OpenFOAM, the commands usually start with foam instead of OpenFOAM. So You have to check the documentation for each tool, how you use it, basically. And you may try out some of these in exercise 3. Yes. MATLAB also have some add-ons and toolboxes. These should be installed because we have an academic license. So they should be available through the MATLAB GUI, for instance. And just a note also is that many graphical tools like the MATLAB GUI, it's not that good to run on a login node because it will hog resources by using several threads and some memory. Also depending on how much data you work with. But typically these should be run from desktop on demand or use an interactive session that we will talk more about in the afternoon when we're talking about compute node jobs. Yes. The last verse about the licenses. Some modules do have licenses, and then should be part of a licensed user group to be able to run this software. For instance, Gaussian and VASP. And sometimes if you do a module spider, it will show you that there will be information that you need to be part of this group. Sometimes it's not there, but you will see that when you try to run the software, it will tell you don't have any license. So then, depending on the license requirements, this could be different. Sometimes you're in a group, sometimes it's personal. So it's up to you to check out what kind of license and how the licenses are working. Also, when you install if you want us to install something new, we have to take care of the license in some way. So may I